I wanted to talk today about the idea of the golden age. I'm sure you've heard of it in some other terms before. Nobody really says this was the golden age. Not really. Well, sometimes. But people will often say, like, this is when X was really good. These were the best days of our lives. Or, man, X time was so much fun. And it bothers me because that way of thinking about time and past events is really reductive. Like, let's take my own personal experience, for example. When COVID hit, I know it was a really bad time for a lot of people. But for me, I didn't really go outside. I wasn't really partying it up. Like, I was staying indoors and playing video games anyway. So when the government told me to do it, I was like, sure, man. Whatever you want. But all of my far-flung family were also stuck indoors, and they had no choice but to play video games. So all of COVID for me was like gaming heaven. Like every night we were playing multiplayer games without fail. It was a really awesome time. And like all things, it ended. And I could sit and I could think to myself, man, that was the golden age. That was the best time in my life. And I don't believe any of this, but I'm just putting it forward as a hypothetical. But that would take away so much from the moment. During that time, during COVID gaming, I wasn't really worried about, well, I guess I was worried about it ending, but I was just experiencing it. I was just having a good time. And when it ended, I didn't really like pine for it or lament for it. I just went on to the next experience. And the current experience is really awesome for me. Like so much, like we don't game as often anymore, but so much has changed. Both my older brother and my older sister, they're now parents, and we are just inundated with cute baby videos. And there's one, my favorite one, is my older sister's young son. He's walking. I think the next big milestone for him is forming complete sentences. He already makes words. And his dad is walking in front of him, and he crosses his hands behind his back, like an old gentleman. And his little baby boy does the same thing and follows behind him. Oh, my heart. It's wonderful. I truly am living in a wonderful time. If I was still pining for COVID gaming, if I still was thinking about it every night and every morning, man, I miss COVID gaming. Man, that was such a good time. I would miss all of these wonderful little things about the present. I would miss all these little joys, all these little accomplishments, all these little beauties, all of the things that make life worth living. I wouldn't be able to see if I was stuck in the past. Now, that's not me telling you not to ever think about the past or reminisce or anything. You can think about the past. I mean, I think about COVID gaming. It was a great time. But that's it. You know? I'm like, man, that was good. And I carry on. There's no need for me to linger there or to like romanticize it at all. because it happened. And just as good things have happened in the past, good things will continue to happen. You can't really tell when you're like which period of your life is the best time of your life. There's no way you could while you're still living it. Because each time of your life has good things and bad things about it. There was a question that was asked in a movie or a novel. I don't remember where it's from, but one of the characters says, "How do you know you're in the good old days before they're over?" And the answer is appreciate every moment. So that when you are in the good old days, you soak in as much of that joy and happiness as you possibly can. And when your life finally ends, and you look back at all of the times of your lives, then and only then you'll be able to know where the golden age was. Only at the end will you know what the best time of your life was. I hope that when you get there, when you and I, we have a hard time choosing. Because the whole time was the best time.